Hello everyone. Before starting the video, subscribe to the channel, because there are many different scary adventures. Once upon a time, in the small town of Willowbrook, there stood an old, decrepit school named Ravenwood Elementary. The school had a dark history, filled with eerie tales that sent shivers down the spines of the townsfolk. Legend had it that the school was built on an ancient burial ground, and the spirits of the restless souls haunted the halls. One stormy autumn evening, a new teacher named Ms. Thompson arrived at Ravenwood Elementary. With a glimmer of excitement and a touch of trepidation, she stepped through the creaky doors, ready to face the challenge of teaching in a place with such a haunting reputation. The first day went smoothly, but as the weeks rolled by, strange occurrences began to unfold. It started with whispers echoing through the empty hallways when the classrooms were empty. The sound was chilling, sending a shiver down the spines of the staff. But when they investigated, they found nothing. As the days passed, teachers reported misplaced objects and unexplainable shadows moving across the walls. They tried to dismiss it as their imagination, blaming the old building's quirks for the unexplainable events. Yet, the unease among the faculty grew, their anxiety building like a crescendo. One evening, after the last student had left, Ms. Thompson stayed late to finish grading papers. The school was eerily quiet, the only sounds being the distant rumble of thunder and the raindrops pelting against the windows. Suddenly, she heard a faint tapping noise coming from the supply closet. Curiosity overcame her, and she cautiously approached. As she opened the door, a chilling gust of wind whipped through the corridor, causing her to shudder. Inside the closet, she discovered a dusty, old photograph album, its pages filled with black and white pictures of children, their faces forlorn and their eyes hauntingly vacant. Intrigued, she flipped through the album and stumbled upon a faded newspaper clipping tucked within the pages. It spoke of a tragic fire that had consumed the school decades ago, claiming the lives of several children and leaving the town in mourning. The article mentioned that the school was rebuilt on the same grounds shortly after, explaining the whispers of restless spirits that lingered. Unnerved by the discovery, Ms. Thompson closed the album and hurried out of the closet. The school seemed to come alive around her. Doors slammed shut, and a cold breeze cut through the corridors. Panic seized her as she raced toward the exit, desperate to escape the sinister grip of Ravenwood Elementary. But just as she reached the main entrance, the lights flickered and died. Darkness swallowed the school, and she found herself stumbling blindly. Her heart pounded in her chest as she fumbled for her phone, its pale glow providing a small source of light. Through the dimly lit screen, she saw a trail of small footprints leading deeper into the school. Fear and curiosity battled within her, but a sense of duty took over. She followed the footprints, each step echoing with dread. The trail led her to the school's basement, a place that exuded an aura of ancient malevolence. The air grew heavy, and the temperature plummeted as she descended further into the abyss. A faint glow emanated from the darkness, drawing her closer. With trembling hands, Ms. Thompson discovered a hidden chamber. Within it stood a small memorial, adorned with photographs of the children who had perished in the fire. Their eyes seemed to pierce through her soul, begging for release from their eternal torment. In that moment, a realization struck her. The restless spirits were malevolent entities. They were trapped, longing for peace and closure. Braving her fear, she lit a candle and offered a heartfelt prayer, honoring the memory of the children who had tragically lost their lives. She spoke softly, acknowledging their pain and expressing her sincere desire to help them find peace. As her words echoed through the dimly lit chamber, a gentle breeze filled the air, carrying with it a sense of tranquility. The photographs on the memorial seemed to radiate warmth, their haunting gazes softening. Gradually, the oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by a serene stillness. Emboldened by the moment, Ms. Thompson made it her mission to delve deeper into the history of the school and the children who had perished. She researched old records, interviewed elderly town residents, and pieced together fragments of the past. Through her efforts, she discovered that the fire had been a tragic accident caused by faulty electrical wiring. The children had been unable to escape in time, trapped by the flames that engulfed the school. The incident had scarred the town, leaving behind a lingering sorrow that had become intertwined with the very fabric of Ravenwood Elementary. Determined to bring closure to the restless spirits, Ms. Thompson organized a memorial service in honor of the lost children. The entire community came together, their hearts heavy with empathy and a shared desire for healing. They lit candles, offered prayers, and paid their respects to the innocent souls whose lives had been cut short. As the flames of the candles flickered and danced, a profound sense of peace settled over Ravenwood Elementary. The whispers ceased, the shadows receded, and the school was finally free from its haunted past. The restless spirits, having found solace and remembrance, were able to move on to a place of eternal rest. From that day forward, Ravenwood Elementary transformed into a place of light and hope. The once decrepit school thrived, attracting dedicated teachers and nurturing generations of students. The children played and learned in an environment filled with warmth and a profound sense of unity. Ms. Thompson's courageous actions had not only brought peace to the spirits of the past but had also inspired a newfound appreciation for the power of compassion and empathy. The story of Ravenwood Elementary became a legend in the town of Willowbrook, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of confronting the darkness that dwells within. And as the years passed, the memory of the restless spirits faded, replaced by a tale of transformation and redemption. Ravenwood Elementary became a beacon of light, a symbol of triumph over tragedy, and a reminder that even in the face of darkness, there is always hope for a brighter future. In the heart of a quiet suburban town, nestled among towering trees, stood Maplewood High School. With its grand facade and sprawling campus, it exuded an air of prestige and tradition. But beneath its polished surface, a dark secret lurked, waiting to be unearthed. One autumn morning, a new student named Jake transferred to Maplewood High. Tall and introverted, he seemed to fade into the background, unnoticed by his classmates. As he navigated the labyrinthine hallways, he couldn't help but notice the strange glances and hushed whispers that followed his every step. Curiosity gnawed at Jake's mind, and he resolved to uncover the truth. He sought out fellow students who had been at Maplewood longer, hoping they could shed some light on the school's hidden mystery. But their responses were vague, evasive even, as if they were hiding something. Undeterred, Jake delved deeper. He spent hours poring over dusty old yearbooks and scouring the local library for any mention of Maplewood's dark past. His efforts were in vain until, one fateful day, he stumbled upon a faded newspaper article from decades ago. The article revealed a disturbing tale of scandal that had rocked the school to its core. Years ago, a beloved teacher named Mr. Wilson had been accused of unspeakable acts, leaving a trail of traumatized students in his wake. The scandal had tarnished Maplewood's reputation, and although the truth had been buried, whispers of the teacher's malevolence lingered. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Jake couldn't help but draw connections. He noticed the subtle tension in the air, the unease that masked the smiles of students and teachers alike. Something sinister still lurked within the hallowed halls of Maplewood. As days turned into weeks, Jake grew increasingly convinced that Mr. Wilson's spirit haunted the school, seeking revenge from beyond the grave. But unlike traditional ghost stories, this wasn't a tale of paranormal incidents. Instead, it was a psychological thriller, where the true horror lay in the depths of the human mind. Rumors circulated, hinting at strange occurrences tied to Mr. Wilson's old classroom. Students claimed to hear whispers late at night, echoes of their teacher's chilling voice. Others spoke of unexplainable visions, where the walls seemed to close in, suffocating them with a sense of dread. Jake's quest for answers led him to the locked door of Mr. Wilson's former classroom. With trembling hands, he turned the key, the creaking sound piercing the silence. The room was frozen in time, as if Mr. Wilson had vanished without a trace. As Jake explored the room, a realization struck him. True terror wasn't Mr. Wilson himself, but the insidious influence he had left behind. It was a toxic legacy, a web of fear and manipulation that still lingered within the students and faculty. In a final act of defiance, Jake resolved to confront the lingering darkness. He rallied his fellow students, urging them to break free from the grip of fear. Together, they formed a bond, vowing to reclaim Maplewood High School from the specter of Mr. Wilson's past. Through courage and resilience, the students challenged the twisted narratives that had haunted them for so long. They banded together, supporting one another, and shining a light on the truth that had long been suppressed. With each passing day, Maplewood High School transformed. Laughter echoed through the hallways, replacing whispers of fear. Students thrived in an atmosphere of trust and unity, breaking free from the shadow that had plagued them. The story of Maplewood High School became a testament to the strength of the human spirit, a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are not supernatural beings but the darkness that resides within ourselves and the power we have to overcome it. As the years went by, the stigma surrounding Maplewood High School began to fade. It became a place of healing and growth, where students were encouraged to explore their passions and reach their full potential. The legacy of Mr. Wilson's misdeeds became a distant memory, replaced by stories of triumph and resilience. Jake, now respected graduate of Maplewood, looked back on his time at the school with a mix of nostalgia and pride. The friendships he had formed, the battles he had fought, and the lessons he had learned had shaped him into a strong and compassionate individual. Maplewood High School served as a constant reminder that even in the face of darkness, the human spirit has the power to triumph. It taught Jake and countless others that it's not the external forces that define us, but the choices we make and the strength we find within ourselves. And so, Maplewood High School stood as a beacon of hope, reminding all who walked its halls that no matter how daunting the challenges, unity, compassion, and resilience can overcome even the darkest secrets.